What is up, guys? This is Main Event TV back at you again with another video, and on YouTube. Hopefully everyone's been doing well and whatnot. We're back yet again with another Lost Media video. Again, we're gonna go talk about 4 other entries and stuff that we've talked about. There's a lot to talk about when it comes to Lost Media, of course, but I got a couple of video ideas going in mind for this channel in particular. Stuff related to pro wrestling, stuff related to maybe music. Stuff that's been going on with the hip hop industry, because there's a lot of shit been going on with that. With the Kendrick versus Drake stuff, and then a lot of fucking diss wars. It's been a lot of fucking crazy shit happening. I'm probably gonna talk about those and everything else in future videos, but for right now we're gonna talk about Lost Media episode. We're gonna talk about the Lost Media video episode 2, and let's get straight into it. Hopefully you guys like this video and everything else. Let me know what you think in the comments. Peace out. Let's get into the first entry. Entry number 1, El Apostol. El Apostol is a 1917 Argentine silent film, black and white film, animated film, and was written, designed, and animated by Quino Cristiani, whose 2 other animated features are also lost to this day. He's got other 2 films called Sendeja Rastros and Polis. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but I apologize in advance. It is considered to be the first animated film, feature film that's being, with a runtime of 70 minutes long, with a frame rate of 14 frames per second. But all known copies were destroyed in a fire in 1926, unfortunately, which is kind of unfortunate because, this is the very first animation film, feature film that, is a part of history. Like, this shit is lost for good, potentially. But, we'll talk about that at the end, though, if it's lost or something like that. Well, if you have heard of this, I'm sure you people have heard of this from a lot of Lost Media content creators, but yeah. As for the design, instead of using traditional celluloid animation, Cristiani would use flat paper cutout puppets with rotating and removable members. Character designs were made by Diogenes Taborda. Taborda. And they were a popular cartoonist at the time. The film was a political satire of then Argentine President Hipólito Yrigoyen, who wants to cleanse the Buenos Aires of immortality and corruption. Yrigoyen flies into heaven and encounters the god of thunder, Jupiter. Using his lightning bolts, Yrigoyen strikes Buenos Aires and the city engulfed in flames, burning into ashes, before he decides to rebuild the city. But then he awakens, finding out that was all a dream, and was forced to face the harsh reality of the complicated politics, which is true. Politics can be super complicating, which I'm not going to get into in this video because that's not the topic we're talking about here. It is, for this Lost Media topic, of course, that it is part of the plot, so yeah. As of right now, there is no stills or posters remain of this very film, apart from a flyer that was advertising the film. A few character designs by Taboretta, and a photograph of the Buenos Aires model as seen in this video. Christiani would later make another political satire animated feature about Yuri going Politiopolis, which is, like I said before, is lost. So yeah, I'm gonna just show the photos here, and then we'll go to the next entry. This is unfortunate that this is lost, and some clips have been found as well. Not to mention, some people have made a couple of videos on this topic in particular. Some people have talked about it in Lost Media Iceberg. Some people have talked about it in video essays. Like, bro, if you don't know this piece of Lost Media, I don't know, like, where you been? But I can link this information in the description if you want to know more. But yeah, so on to the next entry, and one more thing. Some people in the comments of the Wikia page for Ella Pistole, and by the way, the shout out to Lost Media Wiki, to the Lost Media Wiki page for the incredible information they be giving us. Some people have seen, some people have said that some of the people have seen some of this stuff, and some people even have some people have some scenes of this movie, but some of these things have not surfaced to this day. So yeah, this film is completely lost. Let's go to the next entry. Entry number 2, Out of Jimmy's Head. Oh my goodness. Oh crap. Okay, so if you don't know Out of Jimmy's Head, you must. I don't know. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I really don't. Because it was on this block. It was on this channel block called Seeing Real. If you don't know what Seeing Real is, that was actually a live action animated. I guess you could say it was more so at live action block on a fucking channel known as Cartoon Network. How the fuck did they think this was a good idea? I'll rant about this on another video. Anyway, Out of Jimmy's Head was a live action animated hybrid show created by Tim McKeon and Adam Pava that aired on Cartoon Network from September 14th, 2007 to May 29th, 2008, which isn't really a long time span, but it was based on a live action animated television movie, a film made by the same people titled Reanimated. Now, this show was panned. Both the film, Reanimated, and Out of Jimmy's Head were both panned by critics and viewers all alike. Like many of their shows at the time, because there was maybe, I can't remember the amount of shows that was on CN Real at the time, but there was a lot of shit there. I mean, the only best one I can remember is Destroy, Build, Destroy. But we're not talking about that. There was a lot of shows around CN Real at the time. But many Cartoon Network fans complained about a live action show being aired on the network, which was almost exclusively known for cartoons up until now. Well, not until up to now, up until then. The show's writing in general was criticized despite all of that. However, it won a few awards for some ungodly reason. How the fuck did this win some awards? I'm ripping the shit out of this show. I'm sorry. I know I'm gonna get some hate in the comments about how, oh, why are you a hater? Why? This show was awesome. It had a cult following within years after it aired, bro. Come on. Anyway, it has won several awards, including a Young Artist Award for Best Ensemble Cast. Okay, okay, credit given, understandable. The show was the show also experienced several problems production-wise. Out of Jimmy's Head was the only series on the network to be affected by the 2007 Writers of Guild of America strike, while the show had already been completed by the time the strike occurred. It did prevent some of the writers from assisting with the editing and post-production, which kind of fucked up some stuff along the way, which led to the series adding a laugh track in episode 8 and onward, which is interesting. Alright, so let's get into the nitty gritty here. Due to the show's unpopularity, I don't know how the fuck this got several home media releases. This show had a few home media releases made for it. In fact, only one known region-free DVD release was made in the UK, and then the DVD was said to have like 3 of the show's 20 episodes. The show's first 10 episodes are available for download on Mega, on a Mega link, thanks to Lost Media Wiki member Time Main. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. I'm so sorry. Along with this, most of the second half of the series is available in Romanian language, where it was, dubbed as Den Mediti. Wait. Mentia Louis Jimmy. Okay, from the mind of Jimmy. Okay, so I could have just said that. Additionally, the series 17th and 18th episodes are available in Italian, or at least it was available on online in Italian. But as of last year, October 4th, 2023, Lost Media Wiki user CRB shared the last half of the series in its original audio, English audio, in a work upload link. They stated that they recorded the episodes when they were re-airing in Cartoon Network in Germany. Interesting that Germany would re-air something like this show. Okay. has saved these episodes in their original English audio too, rendering the series entirely found in its original English audio, which is honestly, for people who are fans of this show, I'm happy for you, but at the same time, how the fuck did this get lost? And it was in the 2010s, which is insane, but here we are. So Lost Media becomes found out of Jimmy's head, y'all. Next entry. Okay, entry number 3. Seize-san. Yeah, Yeah, we're talking about this long ass series. Well, Seizei-san is the long-running comedy anime series adapted from Machiko Hasegawa's comic strip of the same name. The series is noteworthy for being the longest-running anime series of all time, premiering on Fuji Television on October 5th, 1969, continuing and is continuing to this very day with well over 2,000 episodes and 7,000 segments. An overwhelming majority of the series is currently available in to watch in any form. So, yeah, let's get into the content and history, which is, the basis of this series. So, the content. So, Seizei-san is a family-oriented slice of life series centered on a Japanese housewife named Seizei Fuguda. Excuse me. Every episode is based on a small adventure from the simplistic daily lives of Seizei and her family. Each episode consists of 8-minute segments featuring relatively basic plot lines of Seizei getting lost at the mall, or her brother Kazuo faking a stomach ache to stay home from school, which honestly, they're all relatable stuff. They're relatable stuff that I'm sure all of us have experienced. So, yeah. Aside from a few changes in design, the format of the series has remained largely unchanged since the manga started, began in 1946. As such, the setup is typically viewed as that of a traditional Japanese household and is currently regarded as a throwback to simpler times. The series has almost aired every Sunday night since its premiere in 1969, and it is still popular to this day in Japan. So, it continues to pull the highest viewership of any animated series on Japanese television, which speaks volumes, because this show started in the 1960s, and you would not think a show like that would live to the test of time like that. You would not think that, bro. You would not think that at all. But here we are, Seizei-san, with to this day, still living to this day, and is still airing episodes and is still pulling the biggest ratings. Insane. The availability now. Despite Seizei-san's popularity, only a small percentage of episodes have surfaced online. Not specifically knowing where, but it's online. The most obvious reason for this is due to Machiko Hasegawa's request that there should never be any home video releases of the series, which is very unfortunate because it kind of goes against media preservation, but it's her series. So even after her death in 1992, her wish was honored, and to this day, not a single episode that has been released outside of TV broadcast. This, combined with the fact that most episodes air once and never again, the fact the series has been running since long before home taping became a commonplace thing for media preservation. The memes, recordings of this show, of its, the many recordings of its earlier episodes are non-existent outside of studio archives. So that means either Studio Icon, the studio that animates and produces for Seize-san, current anime adaptation. Well, there's no current anime adaptation. It's a long anime series, but either Studio Aiken or Fuji Television would have these archives, these episodes in archive. So, yeah. The, however, things started to relax here, in 2020 to celebrate the 50 years of Studio Aiken, the producer of Seize-san. Columbia, Japan, has released a DVD containing most of the opening and ending sequences from the studio. This DVD contains multiple songs from Seize-san and Ajiwaru Ba-san. Another anime adapted in 1996 from a manga series by, you guessed it, Machiko Hasegawa. This DVD marks the very first home media release, a part of Seize-san. However, even many modern episodes these days have not resurfaced online. Due to Fuji TV's aggressive takedowns on the episodes and lack of serious preservation efforts from fans, which, damn, you it's kind of like trying to cancel the fucking fan base for trying to keep meet this kind of media, preserved, online. Even though, I mean, again, I get why they do it, but come on now. You're canceling you're canceling the fan base of the show. But whatever. The exact number of found segments is unknown and is constantly changing. Notably, a few earlier episodes have turned up, and after being re-aired in various of anniversary specials. Aside from this, many episodes from the 2010s can be found on YouTube without any clear organization as to how or why. Then again, well, why, we already know the why, but we don't know how. Because Fuji TV would have actually taken this shit down immediately, but here we are. Episodes from other eras appear to be far in between. Given the situation, it is definitely extremely likely that no full archive will ever exist unless the rights holders of the show make the drastic decision, the drastic decision to stop honoring Machiko Hasegawa's request. So, yeah. It's a 1960s anime show. I mean, I guess that was expected to have a lot of lost media, a lot of lost episodes. Come on now, I mean, it's a show from the 1960s. It's expected, especially when the fact that, it only airs once and never again, which is insane. But, good news though. Some people in the comments of the Wikia page, shout out to the Lost Media Wikia members, Jake and Brian, and even Dubs. Yeah, we'll just call you Dub. They found some episodes on Japanese, on the Japanese version of Amazon Prime Video. So if you got VPN or some shit, you can just find it there. But other than that, this show is kind of partially found, partially lost. It's an interesting topic, and a very interesting rabbit hole to dive into. So yeah, if you want to learn more, I'll link this in the comments. I can't put this in the description yet until YouTube verifies my fucking clearance to put these quote third party links. So yeah, Seize-san, everybody. On to the final entry of this video. So yeah. Apologies for the sudden change in audio quality. Yeah, this is only maybe a few weeks off from recording the first couple of entries and everything else. This is me recording this, so like, you know, I'm re-recording the final entry here, but or at least I changed the final entry because the original, I'm probably gonna save the original fourth entry for probably another Lost Video when I get to it. But the fourth entry is gonna be talking about something a little bit graphic and stuff. If you don't like not safe for life type of stuff, you can click either click off of this video, or you can just skip to the timestamp on this video. So like, and you know, if you don't like not safe for life stuff, go to that time frame. If go to that timestamp, and yeah, I'll see you there. But either if you want to go there and see what's the contents be on there, go for it. Just don't say I told you so, or don't come to me in the comments be like, oh, you should have warned me. No, I warned you. So on to the next entry, or the final entry. Entry number 4, the rebuild of WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2008. WWE SmackDown vs. Raw 2008 was a THQ professional wrestling video game released for the 6th and 7th generation consoles, which were the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation 2, the 3, and Xbox 360. So like the consoles back when this game came out. This is the 4th within the SmackDown vs. Raw series. The game reflected the 2007 season, WWE season, and its main draw was the inaugural inclusion of the ECW brand. We all know how that turned out. With ECW, if you're a wrestling fan, you should know. If you know, you know. However, the game has faced several delays following the fallout of the Chris Benoit controversy. I call it controversy. I'm not calling it what is on the script here, but yeah, which prompted to remove Chris Benoit, anything related to Chris Benoit in the game. The June 2007 issue of Games Master also reported that Benoit was also on the game's cover art, which naturally was altered prior to the game reaching stores, which makes sense. Which makes a lot of sense. Okay, so the gameplay the game included such gameplay features such as different fighting styles and a struggle submission system, which was a very cool system at the time. They included some really unique features in the game. Go play it if you haven't played it yet. The game received mixed to good reviews from critics, and summarizing the PlayStation 2 and 3 versions, IGN reviewer Greg Miller praised the revised control system, but criticized them for 24/7 mode that was deemed inferior to previous renditions, and yet it's retaining the same flaws as its predecessors. These critiques generally reflected in most 6th and 7th generation gaming reviewers game reviews with concerns with that the PlayStation 2 port had become stale, which is why you're better off playing it on the PlayStation 3. Just saying. Or the Xbox 360. Outside of control changes, the game added WWE's version of Extreme Championship Wrestling. Again, like I said, you already know how that went, which debuted on television on June 13th, 2006, which was the start of ECW's second downfall. During development, the 2007 draft was held on the June 11, 2007 edition of WWE Monday Night Raw. The two-time World Heavyweight Champion Chris Benoit was drafted from SmackDown to ECW, having previously worked for the ECW promotion in 1994 through 1995, which was the original promotion, before it became a WWE property. Benoit was set to challenge and beat CM Punk for the ECW World Championship at the Vengeance Day Night of Champions pay-per-view on June 24th, probably within a week or two after the draft. The championship had been vacated by Bobby Lashley due to his draft on Monday Night Raw. According to Punk, the feud would have intensified over time, becoming an especially violent affair by Vengeance. So, interesting. Benoit unexpectedly no-showed the Vengeance pay-per-view, allowing Johnny Nitro to wrestle CM Punk and win the belt instead, which makes sense as to why Johnny Nitro won the title and not. It looked like Chris Benoit was going to win that match. Concerns emerged regarding Benoit's well-being, especially after his close friend Chavo Guerrero received unusual voice messages and text from him. The following day, oh boy, before I get into the details here, I probably should have warned you at the start of the entry here. I'm pretty sure you got the warning from the previous recording that I just did. But if you don't want to listen to what happened in the Not Safe for Life content that we're going to dive into in a second, skip to the timestamp above the video and just go there, and I'll see you there. If you want to continue, you can continue. That's just know that you were warned. The following day, the police discovered the bodies of Chris Benoit, his wife Nancy Benoit, and their 7-year-old son Daniel at the Benoit household in Fayetteville, Georgia. Upon being informed of the situation, WWE made the 3-hour Raw special after Vengeance a tribute show to Benoit, and also scrapped the storyline about Mr. McMahon's death, which was supposed to be a storyline of Mr. McMahon, going into the limo, and the limo just explodes. That's what the original storyline was, for context. During the tribute, police confirmed that Benoit strangled Nancy and Daniel to death during the weekend before hanging himself. Yeah, damn, that's fucking heavy. Anyway, WWE distanced themselves from Benoit as Damage Control, removing all mentions of him from their official media and editing his matches out of official video releases. WWE instructed THQ and Ukes to remove all Benoit related content from the SmackDown vs. Raw 2008 game, including his playable character and related commentary, crowd signs, and moves. Considering Benoit was amongst of WWE's top stars, it was likely he had a significant presence in the original build, particularly featuring the 24/7 mode angles. There were concerns that the removals would force THQ to delay the game beyond November, thus missing out on the lucrative Christmas season, which is kind of unfortunate. I think they would have actually sold a lot during the Christmas time. The game ultimately made store shelves in November regardless. The cutting room floor users found that the only remaining Benoit related content in the final release was his Crippler crossface submission hold and the slot for his moves and attributes. Both were inaccessible without cheating devices. So, like, if you had a mod or some shit. Benoit was allegedly featured in the game's original cover art. English gaming magazine Games Master extensively covered the game in its May and June 2007 issues, and the latter, which to press before Benoit's actions became public knowledge. It was reported that he would be in the front center of the front. He would be the front. He'd be the person that's in the front of the cover, the centerpiece of the cover, basically. Instead, in the final art, it showed John Cena, The Undertaker, and Bobby Lashley, which wrestler replaced Benoit is unclear though. Alatifo? It's speculated that Lashley was a hasty replacement, although he had been drafted to Monday Night Raw by the game's release. Lashley was ECW's top star before the draft, having 2 reigns as ECW champion. This suggests that Lashley was meant to represent ECW on the cover, with Cena and Taker synonymous being, they were both synonymous for being on the Raw and SmackDown brands, respectively. Hence, Benoit's new ECW connections probably explained his appearance on the original cover. The cover art likely contained the ECW invasion rather than featuring ECW, as reflected by a logo in the feature, and it featured in THQ's unveil of the game. Little Benoit's related content appeared in WWE's SmackDown vs. Raw final build. However, Reddit user Cinnamon0999 presented forum post which claimed a build demonstrated at a game kiosk actually contained Benoit, even though he should have been removed from the code beforehand, while the claim should be viewed with skepticism, it is possible that a prototype build, it may still exist somewhere. However, these and the original cover art are extremely unlikely. They're not likely to surface publicly. considering that THQ's assets were acquired by multiple companies following its 2013 bankruptcy. WWE refuses to promote or reference Benoit, where some videos and screenshots have claimed to have been from one of the prototype builds, but have since they've been debunked as either hacked versions or images from SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. Yeah, I'm gonna show you the footage and everything here, and yeah, man, this is and this thing is lost completely. So it's probably good that it's lost for the sake of the context of this original build. It's kind of fucking sad, honestly, man. That's gonna be it for the Lost mini video, man. I'll see you in the outro. So yeah, peace. Let's get to the outro. Alrighty, so yeah, that we've reached the end of the video, man. I know it's a long one. I know it's another long one. I apologize for the long videos, but these are video essays and whatnot, so they're gonna be long anyway. But I still apologize though. I'm gonna also apologize that this video came out very, very late and whatnot. But yeah, so I'm hoping everyone has an awesome day or night, morning, wherever you're from. I appreciate you guys for coming on and looking to giving my videos a chance. You guys are awesome. Hopefully I'll be back with the next video. Well, I'm not hopefully. As of the making of this recording here, like, my other laptop kind of went to shit, so I have no idea where we're gonna go from here, because, I'm probably gonna get another laptop very soon, but I'm just using my other laptop right now just to record and stuff. So yeah, that's gonna do it from me, man. Thank you, main eventers, and thank all the main eventers, and that's my name for you guys, the main eventers, because you guys come in here and show up, show some love, and everything else, and I appreciate that very, very much. You guys have an awesome one, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Oh, by the way, the next video I'm gonna cover is going to cover probably some stuff from Clash of the Castle, WWE Clash of the Castle. Keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on that, because I'm gonna do a video on that. My thoughts and my review on it, what I thought about it. Although it's gonna be hard to avoid spoilers all weekend, because I'm at work on the weekends. But hopefully you guys loved it, like this video. Give it a thumbs up, and if you like it or not, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Did I do well, and what did I do well? Did I not do well? Let me know. With that said, I'll see you guys later. Peace out. And Main Event TV.